G-Man and racism. G-Man was doing good enough for him talking about racism right up to approximately the 3-minute mark. Then he started channeling Himmler, and wow, genocide was G-Man's final solution.
First and foremost, let me say that racism does not benefit anyone. Okay, it doesn't even benefit the group that's being racist toward the other groups. Racism harms people. Racism destroys relationships. Racism destroys friendships. Racism destroys communities. Racism destroys families. Racism is frowned upon by the majority of the planet.
Are you sure?
Up next, G-Man's formidable intellect.
Did you know because of racism, the Jews were nearly Adolf Hitler went on this conquest to try to wipe out all the Jews. He was killing a lot of them in Germany. He was killing a lot of them in Poland and all the nations that he conquered. And I ain't gonna say that racism was the only motivating factor, but racism had a lot to do with it. Racism is responsible for Black people being strung up on trees during the slave trade. Racism had a lot to do with the Native Americans who once had this land before we did practically being made extinct. Racism is a pretty serious subject. It's not something to take lightly. It's not something that should be played with. So let me say this. If you're a racist, this is what I think should happen to you. And not just you. I don't want you to think you're special. This goes for everyone out there, no matter what country you're living in. If you're a racist, this is what I think should happen to you. And this is coming from a Christian.
Well, that makes it much better.
I think all of you people should be rounded up, taken outside of your individual respective cities, towns, or provinces, or whatever. People should pick up bricks, stones, and rocks, and should proceed to wipe you off the face of the map. I think the death penalty should be initiated to every last person out there. If you're a racist, I believe that you should be arrested and you should be given the death penalty the very same day, if that was possible. As justice. Because I believe it's a crime against humanity to be that way. You're not contributing anything to society. All you're doing is, the only thing you're doing is you're showing hatred simply because of the way a person looks. So I think all racists should be completely and utterly destroyed and wiped off the face of the earth.